let's talk about something that's probably on your mind, maybe even keeping you up at night. Is a robot, is an AI coming for my job? We're going to dive deep into how artificial intelligence is completely reshaping the world of work. And look, this isn't some sci-fi movie set in the distant future. This is happening right now, and figuring it out is absolutely crucial for your career. So, let's get into it.
First, I just want you to look at this number, 60%. Just let that sink in for a second, because this one figure, well, it's at the very heart of everything we're about to discuss.
So what is that 60%? That's the percentage of jobs in advanced economies that are exposed to AI, according to a really eye-opening analysis from the IMF. Now, to be clear, exposed is one thing, but they found that about half of those are at high risk of being completely automated. This isn't just a little tremor, you know. This is a seismic shift in how the whole world works.
And look, this warning isn't coming from some skeptic on the sidelines. This is from Dario Amodei, the CEO of Anthropic, one of the major AI companies right in the middle of this revolution. He's basically saying that with other big tech changes in the past, we had time to adapt. But this one, it is moving so incredibly fast that we might not be able to keep up. The speed and the sheer scale of it are just totally unprecedented.
Okay, so which jobs and which sectors are directly in the line of fire? Let's move away from that big, kind of scary 60% number and get down to the concrete reality of the professions that are most vulnerable to this wave of automation.
And this, right here, is the question that cuts through all the noise and all the headlines. I mean, it's easy to talk about millions of jobs and huge economic shifts, but what does it actually mean for you personally? As we go through these next few slides, really think about your own role and where it might fit in this new landscape.
These are what you might call the frontline sectors. Why? Because the work here often relies on tasks that are predictable, rule-based, and pretty repetitive, which is exactly what AI is great at. I mean, think about customer service. A Gartner study predicts that by 2025, which is right around the corner, a staggering 95% of customer interactions will be powered by AI. And in manufacturing, just in a city like London alone, AI could put more than 20,000 warehouse jobs at risk. And, if you're thinking, oh, this is just a blue-collar thing, that idea is completely outdated. Just look at these numbers for white-collar jobs. According to Bloomberg, more than 2/3 of the tasks that sales reps do, and over half the work of market research analysts, could be automated. This isn't just changing a few jobs, it's a fundamental restructuring of the modern office. Let's get even more specific. Take accountants. For decades, that was a solid, secure career path. But now, you've got AI-powered software that can handle the bookkeeping, analyze all the financial data, and do routine audits with incredible speed and accuracy. One analysis even suggests that over a quarter of certified accountant jobs are now considered high risk. And here's the real irony. The very people who are building these systems, they're being impacted too. Just a few years ago, everyone was saying learn to code was the golden ticket to a future-proof career. But now, Microsoft's own CEO, Satya Nadella, revealed that 30% of his company's code is already written by AI, and we're seeing layoffs specifically targeting software engineers. Even creative fields are no longer the safe haven we thought they were. You've probably heard of generative AI, tools like Midjourney or DALL-E. They can produce these stunning, professional-level visuals just from a simple text description. So if your job involves creating basic marketing materials or charts, you're suddenly competing with an algorithm that can spit out 100 different versions in 60 seconds. And to round out this section, let's look at a huge global profession, truck driving. The American Center for Mobility estimates that self-driving vehicles could replace nearly 300,000 long-haul drivers in the U.S. alone. And that's not just about the drivers themselves. It's about the potential collapse of entire towns and businesses built around the logistics industry.
Okay, I know that was a lot of pretty concerning news, but it's really only half the picture. And this is the crucial point. AI isn't just a competitor, it's also showing up as an incredibly powerful collaborator. This builds a totally different story, one that's actually focused on opportunity and, evolution.
This slide really shows the dynamic at play. You see, AI is great at taking over the tedious, repetitive parts of our jobs. All that data entry, the scheduling, the boring stuff. And what that does is free up human workers, people like you and me, to focus on what we do best: strategic thinking, complex problem solving, and providing that deep, nuanced context that machines just can't get. The goal here isn't to compete against AI, it's to work with it. So just like we started the last section with a kind of startling number, let's start this one with another one, 12 million. What do you think this one represents? Well, this figure is the other side of the AI coin. This is the story of net job creation. So check this out.
This data comes from the World Economic Forum, and it paints a much more complicated picture. Yes, 85 million jobs will be displaced. That is a massive disruptive force, no question. But, and this is a huge but, at the same time, 97 million new roles are expected to emerge. That leads to a net gain of 12 million jobs globally. So the real story isn't just about job loss, it's about job transformation.
This right here is what augmentation looks like in the real world. In healthcare, AI isn't replacing radiologists, it's making them superhuman. An AI can scan thousands of images and flag tiny anomalies a human eye might miss. Then the doctor comes in and applies their years of clinical judgment. The result? A partnership that is way more accurate than either the human or the machine working alone. And that leads to saving lives.
Just think about these job titles for a second. These are roles that basically didn't exist 5 years ago. Now we need AI trainers, people who teach the AIs. We need AI ethicists to make sure they're being used responsibly, and prompt engineers who are experts at talking to these new systems. The AI economy is literally creating entirely new career paths that we're just now starting to figure out.
So this all brings us to the final, and I think the most important part of this whole discussion. Given everything we've seen, both the threat and the opportunity, how do you actually prepare? What are the real, actionable things you can do to not just survive, but actually thrive in this new world?
The path forward really breaks down into a pretty simple 3-step framework. First, you have to double down on the skills that are uniquely human. Second, you have to commit to lifelong learning. The idea that you just finish school is over. And third, you've got to shift your mindset from seeing AI as this scary threat to seeing it as a powerful tool, a collaborator that can make you better at what you do.
So what are these human-centric skills? Well, they're the things that AI, which is basically a super advanced pattern recognition machine, really struggles with. We're talking about creativity to imagine something totally new, critical thinking to question assumptions, not just follow patterns, and emotional intelligence to really connect with other people. These skills are quickly becoming the new currency in the workforce.
I absolutely love this quote from business reporter Nathan Bowie because it just perfectly nails the mindset shift we need. The big danger is focusing too narrowly on one specific technical skill, like a single coding language, that could be obsolete in 5 years. The real power, the real security, lies in developing the meta skill of adaptability, of learning how to learn. That way you can pivot and evolve no matter what comes next.
So as we start to wrap this up, it's pretty clear the future of work isn't some fixed destination that we're all headed towards. It's not something that's just happening to us. It's something that all of us are actively building right now with the choices we make every single day.
This quote from AI researcher Sasha Lucioni just frames it perfectly. The technology itself is not destiny. We have a collective responsibility, as individuals, as companies, as whole societies, to make choices that shape an AI-powered future that's actually equitable, productive, and, humane.
And so we end here with a question for you. This isn't about just passively waiting to see what happens to your job. It's about actively engaging with this technology, leaning into your human skills, and deciding what role you want to play. The disruption is real for sure, but so is the opportunity. The future of work is literally being rewritten as we speak. So, how are you going to contribute to the story?